easier that you fought some of those challenges for me, and I was wrong, and I was angry about that. I was angry, and I was arrogant, and I was feisty, and I was just mad. And I think that learning how to channel that anger was something that I had to work on. And I was getting the best scores, I was getting the best rave reviews from the clients, and yet the guys were getting promoted in the program ahead of me. On this all-male desk I was at my first job, I was mad. And so then I had to sort of figure out how to, turn those claws into fingernails.
Well manicured, well manicured.
I had to learn how to say the heart. Very quickly. So, I just want you to know it's still out there, and it's a rude awakening. It's just so surprising. So I'm just thinking that maybe if I encountered it, and I was thinking, I'm the Oprah generation. I'm not Phil Donahue's generation. I know how to say no to things. I know how to not overbook myself. I'm overbooked, and I know. So, and then perfectionism. They say that if you're seasick, look at the horizon. So I would say focus on the big picture, abandon perfectionism, look at the big picture, and don't get caught up in the why. So if I'm on the trading desk and there's a lot of tedium and there's a lot of elements to the trade or to the story or to the scenario that is controversial and needs your attention, learning how to procure the critical information, eliminate the noise, focus on reducing the risk for the bank or the situation or whatever the scenario is that is high critical that needs your attention. This reduces your blood pressure. This is what needs your attention, and this is what once you encounter it again and again and again, ultimately makes you that leader. So, learning how to channel that frustration and then abandoning perfectionism, I think, is my two keys.
That's great. The last thing I would add is, in terms of resources, you had mentioned, I want you guys to give them a bit more because I think that's very important for them. The challenges are, and we've all overcome quite a few. For me, it was, and actually what actually worked to my advantage, which would have seemingly been a handicap or a challenge, was just ignorance. I'm from Trinidad, and I came here all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and New York, I love it. And so I didn't have that fear. And I think, I actually worked at Merrill Lynch while I was at Baruch, which was, I didn't even know it was a big deal. The dean was like, "What? You're working where?" And so I think that that's important for you two guys to sort of know that, all of us are just people. And when you do hit a challenge, all people have challenges. So that's the one thing that everybody has. So all of these sort of tidbits are very important. But always remember that fundamentally, and people want to help usually, which is why we're here. So I think that's also important for you to remember in terms of challenges.